Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. While we're waiting on folks to join, make sure you don't need to do it right now, but at some point go to coopedup.com to check out what I post there. If you are on Instagram, will you please give me a follow? I'm Cooped Up is my handle there. Wherever you watch or listen to this, be sure to click the bell to get notified that I have posted new content, come live, whatever. And you can always send me a text or sign up for my text email, my text blast, where I send out hot tips and stuff. 214-949-8599. You don't have to actually tell me anything. Just send a text saying sign me up or something like that, and I can get you on that list. I don't blast you out all the time. I do hot tips about things. Amazon Prime Day is coming up pretty soon, and I think I want to be sharing some shopping tips on that. And I'll probably be doing it via text because that is one of those things that it comes and goes. The light just changed in here real quick. Let me just try to get that back. Hey, Mama. How you doing? Oh, so anyway, it is Friday. We made it. It was my first week sort of in the office. I made it till about 1 o'clock every day. Yesterday, though, I did have to stay until like 2:30 because I had a conference call that went long. But other than that, I'm trying to ease in. It's been exhausting, getting used to it, all of that kind of stuff. I had a real meeting also like on site somewhere on Tuesday. Had to put some pants on, all of that kind of stuff. Today, I'm standing, so you can't see it, but I am wearing my tie-dyed socks with Birkenstocks today, the fashion plate that I am. So, and if there's anything you want me to answer, share an opinion on, today's a great day to do it. Ask me anything if you want my opinion, advice, what would you do? What the fuck would Koopa do? That kind of thing. So today was the last day of school for a lot of kids. I'm seeing a lot of kids on social media, families on social media posting that today was the last day of school. Actually, one of my clients told me yesterday that technically today was her kid's last day, but yesterday they decided to make today an asynchronous day, which basically means just whatever. And it is interesting though. I am not understanding the math of great for kids having their last day of school today. Not criticizing that at all. I just don't understand the math of how we got there so early for some schools. Because our school started fairly early. It started actually before any of the rest, because they let private schools start before public schools. So it started like August 15th or something. And, I think 13th, actually, something like that, somewhere around then. And then we booked in a bunch of these contingency weeks so that in case we needed to shut down, we would not need to go to remote school. So we had like 4 extra weeks off, admittedly, during the whole thing. But most schools started well after us, like a week or two after us. And the Texas Education Agency mandates that we have to have 180 instructional days. So I don't know how they've gotten to that. If we have 5 weeks of school left, yes, we had 4 extra weeks off. But even then, these schools started after us, and there's a whole week. DISD is getting out at the same time as us because they're doing the full 180, So Eric being a teacher, you can only imagine how thrilled I am for all the teachers and students having their last day today. That was not said with an ounce of jealousy, deadpan, sarcasm, anything. Sandy made it home just in time to watch. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. And Zach saying, you can lift your legs higher. I cannot. I can touch my knees. That's about it. I am so not flexible. And it has not helped that I'm not walking as much as I was because allergies were so bad. And then I kind of got out of the habit, all of that. Suzanne's bragging on her son. Riley just found out that he made center stage, which is the 9th and 10th grade show choir. Ooh, some glee action going on there. Choir mama just wants to brag. Well, brag away. Love it. Love it. So, but like I was saying, happy first day of summer to all the kids who got out today. We get out June 25th. But we've had the enjoyment of, we were off last week, got to go on vacation. We were off before that, got to go on vacation. Like I've had like 5 vacations this year, so I'm A-okay with it. So Let's see. Monica, I don't know if she's listening. They're on their way. They are actually in the car right now on their way. Her and Mike and their son Sterling are on the way here to come up for the weekend. We're going to an RV show tomorrow. So at AT&T Stadium, which is the home of the Dallas Cowboys out in Arlington, there's an RV show. It started yesterday, technically, and it goes through Sunday. And I think it's called like RV Party or something. You can Google it if you want to go. So it's not the high-end motor coaches. So it's all campers. So it's the stuff that you have to pull behind. They're not motorized. But that's okay because those are actually the ones that are getting the most ridiculous. Like they're putting kitchen islands in them and chandeliers and all kinds of bells. They're like pimping their rides out on these things. So it'll be something fun to do. We'll go out. We'll head that way. We'll probably go to lunch, maybe an early lunch beforehand, and then just hang out there. Look at all hundreds of RVs. They're giving away free fishing rods to like the first kids in the door, all that kind of stuff. Suzanne wants to know who does their PR. She's seen so much press. I don't know. I asked in the PR group that I moderate who does it, and no one answered. So it wasn't anyone that we know. Will we be wearing our masks? So the kids will for sure because they're not vaccinated. All of the adults are vaccinated. So I will take mine with me. And depending on the crowdedness of the situation, if we are just together and it's not super crowded, I will not wear my mask. If it is like uncomfortably crowded, I will potentially wear it. So we will see. And Diane wants to know, will there be any school starting at the new location this fall? There will not, because we don't have our permits yet. Like we haven't even started construction yet. It will happen over the course of the next school year. So next year, academic year, we will have kids starting to move in as the year progresses. But come August, we will not be having school there because, unless there's some miracle that we get our building permit today and building materials suddenly surface as available and all that stuff. So who knows? It's mostly fit and finishes. So I don't think it's going to take too long. There's not a lot of heavy construction going on, but who knows? We'll see. So, but I will, we will have a full report for you on totally different subject about the RV show on Monday. I will give you a full report about what we saw there. It's free to go, by the way. So if anyone wants to go just to look around, and again, it's not the motor coaches, it's the travel trailers, but I think it's like dfwrvparty.com or something like that. If you just Google it, I'm sure it pops up. They're spending a ton of money on ads right now. So I'm sure it'll show up. It's free parking, free admission. They just send you a text and you show it to them and it lets your whole family in. So Crystal saying, my kids were in private school too, but August 15th to June 9th, 29th seems long to me. We went from like the end of August, just before Memorial Day, a couple of years, went year-round school, which started about 2 weeks earlier, and that would be mid-August to mid-June, not as long as your kids. Well, the thing that happened this year is the whole schedule had to be scrapped in like July because this was before the vaccines were known about. No one even knew how to open a school. It's something that no one has ever done in like the history of modern education is open a school during a pandemic. And so all of the advice from the professionals, the medical professionals, Dallas Health Department, all of that was to build in, and also knowing that our families hated remote school because you can't really do remote school for like the pre-K through third graders. It's just not really easy. No one wants to pay for that, all that kind of stuff. So they told us to book in 5 weeks, of contingency. So if we needed to shut the school down for 10 days, we could. That's a week plus the weekends is 10 days. We could do that. And so that's what we did. We booked in 5 extra weeks. We sucked up one of them because we actually ended up starting school a week later. So we may have started on like the 20th, come to think of it. And then we end on the 25th. Dallas Independent Schools, public schools in Dallas, end on the 23rd of June this year because they did not build in the contingency, and they started like 5 or 6 weeks later. Like not even with remote stuff, just didn't even start until like middle of September. Those are the ones I feel bad for because we at least had, Eric, I feel bad for you. We at least had like all these extra vacations. We had 2 weeks of spring break. We just had a May break. We had like a month off for Christmas. We had 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving. We were supposed to have a week off at the beginning of October. That's the one that we lost when the schedule shifted at the beginning because things were still hot and heavy back in August. So I like it. I actually love the schedule. We have 6 weeks of summer, which is plenty for me because I don't like driving my kids around to different camps. You know, it's like a part-time job just to manage your kids in the summertime. Anyway, talking about RVs and all of you know, RVs, everyone's like, Koopa in 2019 would have been like, what? So there's another thing that is an unexpected thing that I really, really like coming out of this. The singer Lil Nas X. I am a super fan of his now because, and part of it is I actually like his music, right? I like his music, but then I like what he is doing with his platform. So he dropped a video today for a new song called Sun Goes Down. And basically the video is him looking back at himself as a teenager and in high school, coming to terms with being gay, all the other stuff that happens when you're a teenager. And it's a really, really sweet video. And he's like comforting himself in it, like kind of behind the scenes, and then having a good time. So yeah, 2021 Koopa. RVs, socks of Birkenstocks, Lil Nas X. What else is there? I know, crazy. Eric is saying DISD started September 8th. First 4 weeks, totally virtual. We never did that. We were allowing people to do virtual for the first half of the year, I think. And then we're 100% back. Then inched our way back towards a normal schedule. My students are 100% in person. Yeah, my kids have gone back since day one. Well, all that was your extra time. I like Harlan's couple of year rounds too, but other parents didn't. So they gave up on it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, it's dangerous for me to state too many opinions on that topic publicly. So Martha Stewart it's not her birthday. She's already had it. But she posts, you follow her on Instagram. It's either Martha Stewart or Martha Stewart 48. She has two different handles. One is kind of her official one, and one is her personal one. And at Martha Stewart 48 is her personal one. And she posts like thirst traps on there. She looks so fucking good for 80 years old. I want to know what she is having. Let me see. Carrie and I were messaging about it. Let me see if I can find the photo real quick. It is crazy how good she looks. Where is that? Right here. Do you see that? Martha Stewart 48. Look how good that woman looks. Granted, that you're seeing it poor quality. And I'm sure it's been filtered. I know she knows her angles. I know she knows the right clothes to wear to flatter her body, the right hairstyle, all of that. Good for her. I just want to know at 80 years old, what the skin regimen must be like off the chart. She doesn't look pulled. She probably is doing Botox and fillers. If she's doing fillers, she's doing it really, really well. Like I want to know what she's doing because she does not look, it's all that CBD. That's what it is. That's another thing that I never thought I'd get into, but here we are, right? And again, if you want my opinion on anything, today's the day to ask. Just put it in the comments and I will share my opinion. If you want to know something about me, whatever, just ask anything. I'm happy to talk about it, share it, or ignore it. Talking about life and stuff. So I was watching YouTube earlier today. I left work at like 12 and started cleaning the house and stuff because Monica and Mike are coming and got their bedroom ready for when they're staying here. And I got a notification about like this channel that I follow. It's these two guys, Taylor and can't remember the other guy's name, but they have this YouTube channel and this one popped up and I was like, oh, I was eating. I was like, let's see what they got. It was a 15-minute video of them putting together a bed that they ordered. Literally, that's what it is. 15 minutes of them talking about the bed, how they chose it, screwing the stuff in, putting it together, doing it wrong, putting it together, but not like quirky or anything, just like that. Is this what people watch on YouTube? Like maybe I'm a weirdo that I'm like, I want my little bit higher educational value or entertainment value or thought behind it, would y'all watch a YouTube channel of me putting it together? I would be funnier than these guys at putting together a bed. It'd be a lot cussier, a lot sillier. I mean, they were just straight up putting together a bed. It was crazy. And the kids, I asked the kids about that. It's like, because, you know, we were making some YouTube videos with the kids. They wanted that. And I was trying to keep them under 5 minutes long, thinking no one's going to watch a video longer than 5 minutes. And they're like, no, it needs to be 15 to 20 minutes. Everyone wants to watch 15 to 20 minute videos on YouTube. I'm like, really? Really? That's so weird to me. Sandy is asking, have we been cooking anything new lately? Well, Todd has been cooking mostly this week because we're trying to do a kind of a low carb thing. I've lost like 3 pounds this week already, and I haven't tried. I'm just eating the food that Todd is cooking. And the last night he made a meal that was fantastic. So he's doing the keto kind of thing, which I cannot subscribe to the philosophy of keto. Any diet that has butter and bacon as acceptable food items, that's not a diet. I've expressed that before. That's not a diet. Now, I'm happy to eat them, but that's not a diet. Maybe temporarily. So last night he made this like cubed chicken that he then like soaked in butter and then grilled in the cast iron skillet. Oh, and then took them out and then grilled asparagus in the same skillet with the same sauces and stuff that were already in it. Took that out and then mixed it all together, kind of like a stir fry. Oh my Jesus Christ. It was so good. And it's because it was all butter and I probably had bacon in it too. I don't know. It was really, really good. And he says it was healthy. Well, I don't know. That much butter, I can't imagine. But so that was one that he made. He made he made beef and broccoli the other night. Similar kind of recipe. Very, very good. But I've not cooked this week at all. And Monica has already said, you got to get off that low carb bullshit while I'm there this weekend. So I'll probably gain back the 2 pounds before she leaves on Sunday. Eric is saying, if Mark and I tried to put together a bed, it would take about 2 hours. Hilarity would ensue. Now, I would watch that. See, that's the thing. So if you are incapable of doing it or unlikely to, like a fish out of water thing, people love that shit. I love it too. Like seeing Kim Kardashian do something like that or Paris Hilton or whatever, you know. Yes, I'm lumping you in the same category as those two women. But just guys who are smoking hot, by the way, and that is probably why a lot of people watch it. But within the first 24 hours, so it went live like yesterday afternoon, it had 16,000 views already. 16,000. That is just crazy to me. I wish I could remember the name of the channel. Taylor Phillips is his name. I can't remember his husband's name or boyfriend or fiance, but Taylor Phillips. And they've just moved into a house and they're doing a lot of videos of the stuff they're doing around the house. But not like how-to videos, just like literally videos of them doing stuff. So we'll see what else. I only have one more topic on here. So please, if you want, ask me anything. If you want me to, my opinion on something, what I think about it, what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff, let me know. This is so fucking weird. I texted this to Monica earlier, and I'll have to pull that up too and show it to you. So there are reports that if you get COVID, there's a side effect. It's a very, very rare side effect. Like 9 people have had it so far. So like super ultra rare. But there is a side effect of people who are growing massive tongues. Like their tongues are swelling up so big that they cannot contain them in their mouth. I verified this. This is where I saw it. Look at that. I saw it here on an Instagram thing, but then I went and looked it up, and true enough, in Houston, Texas, they're doing some testing. There's a hospital or a doctor in Houston that's trying to figure out why this is the case. These people are having to be intubated because they can't breathe. They're having to be fed through a tube because their tongue is so swollen. And then they're having to go into surgery and having to like hack their tongue to pieces to get it to go back down to a normal size. Can you imagine? It's 9 people. I think all of them have been black. I think most of them have had some. There's a lot of pre-existing conditions. I think most of them are all black. I think most of them have had either strokes or some other sort of thing. Again, this is newsish, but I think strokes and diabetes in the past, like they have a history of either having had a stroke or diabetes. But I mean, Erickson, I can't see that. I know that poor woman. That poor woman with her, that is literally her tongue right there. That is her tongue right there. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God, stop. I can't see that. I'm going to text it to you. Oh my goodness. And here's the weird thing is like, why we're like a year and a half into this at this point, right? A year and 4 months. Why is this coming out now? Like, is this part of like one of the variants? I don't know. Supposedly Texas has its own variant now, I think I saw. And here's an important thing for folks. I think everyone watching here is vaccinated. But they're actually showing now that natural immunity. So if you had COVID and you have recovered, you are not necessarily immune to some of the variants or not as immune to the variants. The vaccines are holding up pretty well. That mRNA vaccine specifically. So not the Johnson & Johnson one, but the Pfizer and the Moderna one, which are based on that specific kind of technology that uses a protein that kind of tricks your DNA into producing some sort of enzyme. I think that's the right thing. I'm kind of getting into rough territory here with using the right words, but that with these variants, if you have natural immunity, you may only be immune to the one that you caught, not to the variants. So I know. And Crystal is, yes, stroke and diabetes. She's lucky she survived COVID. I know. Can you imagine surviving a fucking stroke and having diabetes and the thing that kills you is that your tongue swelled up? No, that's just, you piss God off or something if that is the case. Anyway. Any other questions that you got? Because I'm actually out of topics. Let me see if there is anything on here that I keep a running list of other things. Oh, I was going to update y'all on the Walmart saga. Also, a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, we had just a really rough week with Walmart. The deliveries and pickups, like they would not get it right. They were canceling it like an hour after it was supposed to be delivered. They weren't doing all of that. Well, we kind of took a pause on it. And we gave them another chance this week on, I think it was on Monday, actually. Ordered it Sunday night. And the reason I like Walmart the best is it is the one where if you start an order, you can keep adding to it until it is almost time for them to start taking it to your house. And so that is good. And whereas Amazon, once you order it, the order is complete. So if you forgot something, you're SOL. Same with Tom Thumb, all of the others. The order is the order. Walmart lets you keep adding to it. So we gave it another try. It was delivered. There wasn't even a single substitution. Everything was perfect. Nothing was missing. Nothing was reduced. Nothing was needed to be chosen as something else. Good. It was good. So Walmart, you're not on my shit list anymore. How about that? Amy is saying her Mason, hi Mason, who is 14, got his Pfizer vaccine today. Yay, that's great. So that means in 3 weeks he'll get the second one, and then 2 weeks after that, you're home free 5 weeks from now. Claire got hers last Monday, and so she gets her second one in 2 weeks. And then my Mason, will have turned 12 on June the 4th, and he will get one the next day on June the 5th. That's the same day Claire is getting her second one. And then his last one will be the last day of school, actually. So that is good stuff. Jody wants to know, where y'all going to dinner tonight? We're actually not going to dinner tonight. Monica is bringing pizza, like heat and serve pizzas from Walmart with her, which are fantastic. I like to church them up a little bit. I'll put some extra Italian seasoning on them, maybe some garlic powder, salt and pepper, all that kind of stuff. But you put them in the oven and they're good. They're really good. I like them. And they're kind of like flatbread style. So I don't think they're circle. I think they're big rectangles and they're not super thick. So what else? Let me see if you'll have asked anything. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off soon. get my drink on. Trying to delay it, but it's almost 5. I don't have to delay on a Friday, right? I can do it at 5. Pie Tap in Plano with Sandy's dinner for tonight. Pizza. We typically do pizzas on Friday night. I'm surprised Todd is not requesting some bullshit cauliflower pizza. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. So one of the things that we had that he made was very tasty, but it used cauliflower rice. Oh my God, y'all. The next day, it was yesterday actually, was the next day. So Wednesday night, I guess he made this. I was a ball of gas. Like I was like, you did not want to be around me. I was in pain, literally in pain, like cramps from it. And I have a philosophical problem with anything trying to be something else, like cauliflower rice, like trying to pretend rice is made out of cauliflower. The same with pizza crust. Some people like them. I'm like, nope. I also have an issue with like fake meat. Like if you were a vegetarian for reasons involving like animal abuse and not wanting to contribute to the culture of slaughtering animals and eating them, I am not one of those people. Animals are there to serve me, feed me, entertain me, like that, and companionship. I am never ever going to be a vegetarian unless I am told or they run out of meat. But I have an issue with like that like the Beyond Meat kind of stuff. Like, why would you want something to have a meat feel? Like if you were opposed to meat, why would you want it to have a meat feel? Like that grosses me out just thinking about that. Like or that you want, like I love a black bean burger patty, but that's not pretending to be beef. It's a black bean burger patty. Hunky's, the little hamburger shop close to us here, has the best one. It is so good. And I'll have that sometimes over a hamburger. But, this Beyond Beef and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, why? I don't like, just be the food that you are. And then if you don't want to eat meat, then don't eat meat. Eat some soy or eat something else. Don't eat something that is kind of like meat. Like that just now, if you're not eating meat because of like environmental reasons, I've heard some people are like that. I guess cows fart a lot, and then the gas also that the methane that they produce, and then also just the transporting all of that. So, Aaron, who is vegetarian here, the resident vegetarian here. We don't want Beyond Meat. Meat eaters are beyond meat, or meat eaters are beyond burgers on Meatless Mondays. I know some people who are like, oh, they have the best faux cheeseburger or whatever. I'm like, but yeah. So you're not, but there are other people who are like that. Also, like turkey bacon. And that's not vegetarian, but turkey bacon. I don't get it. Like bacon has to be made out of a pig, right? So just if you don't want bacon, turkey bacon is gross. Turkey bacon is the worst. Like I don't even want to chop up turkey bacon and put it in something because it just tastes like smoked meat. Just get some smoked turkey then and chop it up. And I'd just rather get some sliced turkey, chop it up, grill it in a pan and put it in something. Anyway, Suzanne is saying, turkey bacon, no thank you. It doesn't even, here's the thing about turkey bacon. So I don't like crispy bacon. I actually very, very much dislike crispy bacon. And I know I'm a weirdo on this. I like my bacon mushy, soft. Like I want it to be flaccid when you hold it up. I want it to be touching your wrist if you got it in your fingers. I want it to be just heated up enough to not cause trigonosis. Just slap it in the pan, pull it out, let it drain. And so, turkey bacon, I don't get because it is so. There's no fat to it. There's no and the whole reason you eat bacon is because it's a piece of pig. It's like fat, right? Gross. Impossible is not like Beyond Beef. I love Impossible, even though I'm not a vegetarian. That is a totally different thing. If you, it's the vegetarians that are eating like meat substitutes that are just, it's weird to me. So what are these things made out of? Like whey, corn? I don't know. What, soy? Probably. Susan, Sandy's got a point. I'd rather not have bacon if it's turkey bacon. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't even look, it just looks like flat, right? Like I bought it once. Everyone in the house hated me because I was like, well, let's give it a shot. And I bought like the Oscar Mayer. Like I was like, okay, if we're going to go for it, we're going to go for like the trashiest one possible, probably the fattiest, the least healthy, straight up Oscar Mayer, turkey bacon. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I actually like, this is gross to a lot of people, but I like it. I like the pre-cooked bacon. I would rather have freshly cooked bacon, but I actually like the pre-cooked bacon. I think it's Black Label that comes in like a bag that has like sheets of paper between the bacon slices, and it's cold and you just take it out and you can put it on things. You can heat it up or whatever. I'll eat it cold. I love it so much. Todd is not a big bacon fan though. So Todd likes bacon if you're eating bacon. Todd does not like bacon on anything that is like a burger, anything like that, because he's like, it just pollutes the taste. That's all you taste is bacon. Who knows to talk about bacon so much? Alrighty, and now I'm at time. Alrighty, anything else y'all want to know today? Let me just make sure I didn't miss you in the comments. Sandy, I'm glad you were able to catch us today. We have missed you. Again, this weekend is going to be RV show. Monica is on her way. She should be here within an hour. I think we're expecting her at around 6 o'clock. So need to make sure the house is cleaned up a little bit. The dust, y'all. Maybe that's why my allergies are so bad, because we still don't have a house. Our housekeeper, we fired her right before COVID, not because of COVID, but lying. And then we just haven't rehired, even after being vaccinated, just because I haven't found someone. I haven't really tried that hard either. And we kind of gotten into a routine. We only live in like a quarter of our house. And so we just try to keep those rooms clean, and the rest, it could be fucking Grey Gardens for all I know. I need to go check it out. All righty. With that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It is important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. I will miss you between now and Monday. Thank goodness Monica's going to be here to provide some in-person therapy for me, and we'll catch up on all of that. I'm sure she'll be watching and commenting on Monday. It was her last. She works for a school district, and they got out today, and then she goes to like an abbreviated. She works in administration for a small school district in Central Texas, and I'm sure, and I think that they go to like a 4-day work week and all kinds of time off in the summertime. So with that, I love y'all. Bye. Have a good weekend.